From the world of fiction on the edge come these shadows between truth and imagination. Welcome to Edge Tales, a short story series where mystery reigns and the line between fiction and reality fades. Twice a month, a new tale emerges. Will you dare to listen?
They found her, and this time, she's not running. This is the final episode of Crash. Hello, and welcome back to Edge Tales. We've been expecting you. I am NXA-02 of the Nexicor Initiative, your designated narrator for tonight. In this final episode of the mini-series Crashed, Ken and Patty face a difficult dilemma. The doctor now has Salima's suit, and she may be cornered. We hope you enjoy this segment. So, let the story begin. Salima was awake now, not fully, but aware. Patty had found some jeans, a shirt, and sneakers for her to wear. It had been decided that Britt would take the suit. Patty helped her get dressed while the guys stepped outside. It had only been 30 minutes since Dr. Britt left with the suit when the knock came. Ken opened the door, already knowing it wasn't good. Mr. Miller, Lieutenant Hayes, stood there, 2 soldiers behind him. "Maybe come in, sir." Ken stepped aside. Salima lay in the bed. Patty sat beside her. She looked human, but it didn't feel right. Hayes stepped in. "You know why we're here, Mr. Miller." "You came to tell us we have our life back," Ken said, a faint smirk. "I'm afraid not, sir. There are still unresolved issues involving you and your wife." His eyes moved to the bed. "We tracked the being from that crash. Dogs, equipment, we had it. It killed 5 of our best dogs and disappeared." Ken stepped back. Patty stepped forward. "Lieutenant Hayes, what exactly are you saying?" Hayes didn't react. "After you left the compound, I started thinking, whatever it was in your truck. It only moved when my men approached." His eyes never left Salima. "That didn't sit right until we lost it again at Cattleway Drive. We got a report, a man and a woman matching your descriptions, carrying an injured person out of the woods. They left in a truck just like yours." Hayes looked at Ken. "That's when it all came together. There were 4 of them on that ship, Mr. Miller. We know exactly what they look like." No one moved. Hayes folded his hands. "Now, I have to assume my men and I aren't in any immediate danger." No one answered, because something else already had. A low hum filled the room. At first it was subtle, barely noticeable. Then the light from the window began to change. Not brighter, different. It carried a weight to it, a presence. Salima moved, not slowly, not weak. She sat upright, her eyes fixed on the window. "They found me." The words were calm, certain. Patty stepped back. Ken didn't move. Hayes turned slightly, his hand raising just enough to signal his men to hold. The light grew stronger. It spilled across the walls, stretching into the room, washing over everything in a pale, shifting glow that didn't belong. No one spoke. No one understood. And then, the bed was empty. The room didn't see her move. She was just gone. "Move!" one of the soldiers shouted, breaking the silence. Hayes stepped forward, eyes locked on the open doorway, then toward the window. "Outside," he said. By the time they reached the door, the night had already changed. The air felt charged, heavy. Above them, light. A beam stretched down from the sky, faintly transparent, but powerful enough to bend everything around it. Dust, air, even sound seemed to pull him toward it. Ken stared. Patty grabbed his arm. "What is that?" No one answered. Center of the parking lot, just within that light, a figure, still, controlled. Selima. She didn't struggle. She didn't look afraid. For a brief moment, she turned, not to Hayes, not to the soldiers, to Ken, to Patty. Then, the light took her, smooth, silent, gone. The beam retracted as quickly as it came, pulling back into the dark sky where the shape of something massive hovered only for a second, then disappeared. Silence returned, but it wasn't the same silence. "Sir, what are your orders?" one of the soldiers asked. Hayes didn't answer right away. He kept his eyes on the sky. Then, stand down. Far from the noise, far from the confusion, Dr. Britt sat alone. The suit rested in front of him, still, silent, waiting. He didn't touch it at first, didn't speak. He just stared, studied it. Every line, every surface, every impossible detail, slowly. He reached out, his fingers hovered just above it. Then, contact. A faint flicker of light moved beneath the surface. Britt smiled, not out of relief, not out of fear, but understanding. He leaned in slightly, eyes locked on him. "What are you?" The light pulsed once more, soft, flickering faintly, and then black. That's your story for tonight. We hope you enjoyed it. If you're enjoying the miniseries and there are short stories, you can support the channel by liking and subscribing below. You can also leave a comment. How are the stories reaching you? Your feedback is always encouraged. We'll be back next week with a new short story, and maybe a surprise. So until then, stay tuned, stay curious, and stay on the